let's keep going. Starting to wonder if this is even going to be traversable by wheelchair, but just because there's a walking trail doesn't mean I can get through it in a wheelchair. Might be easier just to go back out to Black Ranch Road and find the actual trail that would have taken me straight in to where I plan on camping. Oh Lord. Oh wow. Thank God for anti-tip bars. That was the closest I've ever come to flipping over backwards. Wow. That was close. You know, I can't tell how steep this is, but between the little grade and all these boulders jutting up out of the ground and 30 or more pounds of gear on the back, I think you might have seen how I almost just went over backwards, and the only thing that stopped it from happening was the anti-tip bars. So now I'm really having to wonder, should I keep trying to get through this way when I don't even know if there is a trail, or just go back to the trail I know? And from what I can see, the trail completely peters out here, and I don't see any way through at all. There might be one around a corner, but after that near tilt or a flip over, I'm just going to safely go back the way I came. I don't want an accident on the first hour of the first day. That's for sure. Boy, this is rocky ground. Okay, there we go. Here we are. My favorite super secret fishing spot on Burney Creek. Locals will surely recognize it, but I won't be saying its name here, just to protect the area. Some of those little grades are a lot steeper than they look. This is awkward. I should have found a better place for it. Like when I was riding out here. Find a place to hook it just for now. There we go. That'll work. You might be able to tell I'm moving mighty slow. Whoa! Oh. Again, those anti-tip bars come into play. I'm utterly bonked. I got nothing. Wow. We're at 5.5 kilometers. Ronnie, you ready? Want to go down to the creek? Come on. Let's go down to the creek. Come on. That's where I come up, or down here. I go through that set of boulders. Believe it or not, I'll have to get video of it. When Zach saw me just power through there, he couldn't believe I had just gotten through that section. This wheelchair is a beast. Bye. You okay? Yep. So what I'm doing right now is repairing, repositioning my trail assist bars. I don't know how well the camera angle shows, but you see one that I've put back in the right spot and one that is still collapsed after yesterday's flip over backwards. One of the things I was told from the very beginning, that the one true thing that will save you from potentially seriously getting injured in a backward flip over, It's not the anti-tip bars, because they can only work to a certain degree, and at a certain slope, the gravity just takes over. You're just going to go over. So the anti-tip bars are great for instances where you suddenly find yourself trying to get up like a sloped walkway onto a sidewalk off of a road. A lot of guys flip over on those. That's the most common place, because most people aren't bringing their chairs out here to the forest like me. But a lot of people flip over going up onto sidewalks. But everybody said, more than the anti-tip bars, it's the trail assist bars that are going to save your head and save you from a serious injury in the event of a backflip. Because what happens with the two bars like this, you can see this is how they start out, canted way back. So in the event of a backward rollover flip, instead of the first thing that hits your ground is your head up here, this and this being back here normally, they catch the ground. So here comes your head, here comes your head, here comes the ground. As the two are getting next to each other, boom, the trail assist bars catch, and then they don't slow you down completely, but they are, if they're on tight enough, you can make it tight enough that they're not going to move from just normal pushing you. But at that point, leave them just loose enough so in the event of a tip over, when they hit the ground, they take up that last bit before your head would have hit the ground. So looking at that video from yesterday, it's obvious. You know, it was a very slow motion backward flip anyways, and they typically tend to be very slow motion. You got a lot of time to think about how you just screwed up and how you're going to explain it to your wife that you wrecked out again. But yeah, these trail assist bars, that's, if you're going to spend extra money, I'd say this is where to put the money, and the steering peg for controllability. And then these are a good backup, but not 100%. As we saw yesterday, out of 4 near backflips, it protected me 3 times in a row. And then it was that 4th time where gravity took over and just said, or as my son said, bye. Oh God, we laughed about that for hours. We were still laughing about that today. Just because it was such a, I mean, he felt bad that he kind of laughed or made fun of me. Not that I look at it that way. It was funny. When somebody falls, it's kind of funny. It just is what it is. But he felt bad later because, you know, if I had gotten hurt, he would have felt really terrible for kind of making fun of it. But to me, it was the most honest reaction to a ridiculous situation that I put myself into, for one. 2, I didn't get hurt, so it really doesn't matter. And 3, the whole point of this 3-day trip is to see if I can do 3 days on the trail by myself, solo. What I've learned so far is that yes, I can do 3 days solo, supported only. I have to be supported by a ground crew, ground team, whatever you want to call them, because even with this 80-liter adventure pack, multiple Molly bags on the outside when it's fully packed, the 50 caliber ammo can / ice chest, everything underneath. Oh, what point was I trying to make? Jeez, I lost track. I want to go fishing anyways. I'm done talking. I didn't want to head out again before fixing those. Everything looks good. She can tell I'm getting ready to leave. So might as well mount up and roll on out of here. So this is how I transfer from a regular seat to the wheelchair. Same as transferring from a wheelchair to the Freedom chair, really. If I can get up off the ground, I can surely transfer from one chair to another. But I know that a lot of people with, you know, depending on their physical condition and conditioning and other things, other various aspects, might have a very difficult time getting from a chair or a wheelchair into the Freedom chair. I'm just blessed and fortunate that in spite of missing the leg and the dual spinal cord injury, I'm pretty well adept at getting into the chair from the ground or from chair to chair transfer. Those things have never been a problem for me. Again, I'm blessed in that sense that at least I haven't had to worry about that. Well, these tires definitely are low. I'm going to have to put more air in them. Alright, let's do this. Let's transfer into this chair real quick. I like to personally get onto my chair from this side because I've got my right leg planted on the right side. So all I have to do is get up by either placing my stump onto here and then using the leg muscle to pull myself up, or just slide across the gap. I mean, yeah, there's a little gap there, but it's not a big one. Not a big deal for sure. So anyways, put the stump on the chair, ready to pull. Make sure the brakes are on so it doesn't go scooting out from under me. That's always a good idea. And just pull myself up and over. Luckily, that's not a problem, because if just that was a problem, there'd be an issue with me coming out here on these multi-day adventure trips anyways. I probably wouldn't be able to. So even though the injuries I did sustain in my 93-foot fall were catastrophic, and I broke my back in 4 places, I suffered multiple spinal cord injuries. I was left partially paralyzed, and I sustained a traumatic brain injury. But look at me, I'm still out here. So it was bad, but it wasn't so bad that it sidelined me forever. Rocks, rocks, and more rocks. See if I can spot a safe way through here. After yesterday's flip, I'm not really in the mood for any shenanigans today. Left way, it looks like no way. Straight ahead looks doable, but only to a point, and I can't see around this bush to see if I can. I mean, I can almost see a way through other than what might be behind that bush. Or I can go down this way and then follow that out. It looks like it goes some ways and then might double back this way. I'm trying to ultimately go that way because it looks like a trail back there. Not that you could see it via this view, but I spotted a trail back that way. And I'm just trying to figure out, like I said, if there's any safe way to get to it without too much risk of a flip. I don't mind a little risk, but I don't want to put myself in a situation like yesterday again. Especially yesterday when I flipped. Thank God Zach was here. Not that I got hurt, but I could have. Okay, so we're part way in. Scoping it out. I might be able to get to that point, but that boulder might stop me dead in my tracks. So let's go see. Won't know until we get there. Oh, brakes aren't on. Oh, it's the anti-tip bars. I'm already at my maximum tilt. Oh. Okay, well, that might be it. That might be all she wrote. It's a lot steeper than it looks. Obviously, if I'm already hitting maximum tilt to the point where it won't let me continue. That's the problem with the tilt bars. It's a trade-off. Yesterday, those tilt bars saved me no less than 3 times, but ultimately failed me the 4th time and sent me flipping backwards. So the trade-off is they can really help. 3 out of 4 tries, they helped me yesterday. But then I get in situations like this where they keep me from being able to go forward. If the tilt bars weren't on, I could easily just power up and over. But if the tilt bars aren't on and I power up and over and start to flip, they're not there to stop me. So it's a trade-off. I'm really having to decide if I'm willing to keep them or try something else. Oh, I'm good and stuck here now. Ugh. Get some muscle in there. Oh, hey, look, I got a little further, but now I think I'm in a worse situation. Oh no, I powered up and over. Wow. Okay. Like I always say, you never know till you try. And I'm stuck again. Oh yeah, I'm stuck. Okay, come on. There we go. I'm really having to hold on for dear life because of the slope. And here we are. So we've made it this far. Let me turn around and show you what we just came through. So that is what we just came through. We just came through there. You can see where my tire was spinning because I was hung up on the rock. We went that way, over those rocks, came from over there, and then camp is that way. I don't know if I can turn far enough to where you can see it, but we're very close to camp, but it's taken me 15 minutes probably to get this far. This, again, you can't see because of the way the GoPro lens works, but this is ridiculously steep. I'd say I'm probably at a 40-degree angle, and it's just this little tiny piece, but that little, that can kill you dead right there in a wheelchair. Now, if it weren't for that, I would already be over there, because I could make it up there just one very slow pump at a time. But because of this, it changes everything. A lot of it because it goes up so much steeper for just a moment. But more than that, it's the tilt bar. As soon as I crested it, I would get stuck here on the foot plate, and then next would get caught the anti-tip bar, and that would be it. And getting stuck right at the crest on a 40-degree slope where you're either going to fall backwards or you're going to just be stuck going forwards, I'm just not willing. Not being here by myself. I do have to be smart. I can't be totally stupid. I can have a little bit of fun and push the limits, but only a little. Okay, well, the only way to get out of where we are is to back up. And the only way to back up is to remove the levers. It's just part of the design feature that protects you from rolling backwards, because if you ever start to roll backwards, as you roll backwards, it automatically pulls the bars into the upright locked position, which in theory will stop you dead right there. Now, of course, if you're rolling backwards and you suddenly lock up and stop on a slope, it's going to tilt you no matter what you try and do. And that's where those anti-tip bars come into play and give you just that extra moment to throw your body weight forward or do something to bring that front wheel back down. But if you don't act quick enough, you see what happened yesterday. I was able to hold. I started to tilt. I was going further. I started to hold it. I wavered. I almost had it, and then I went over like slow motion. Oh, Zach and I laughed so hard about that for so long. That was hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, let's get out of this spot. Gotta back up. Watch out, Franny. Once I get repositioned, I can put the bars back in and have that leverage again. Here we go. Lock the brakes. Put the lever bars back in. Only takes a moment or two. So it's a hassle, but only a very small hassle. Here we go. Can't tell, but this is pretty steep, so I'm gonna go very slow. And then it's a 90-degree right up over those 3 boulders, and then we're in the home stretch to get back to camp. Here we go. I'm gonna go real slow. Oh, and do I want to hit this straight on, or do I want to try and skirt it? If I hit it straight on, my right tip bar is going to catch for sure. But if I skirt it and just get my left wheel up, my left bar will catch, but it won't catch as bad as here. Again, I don't know if you can tell, but that lip and edge is a lot steeper and more severe than that one that's smaller. So there we go. Let's just go. Quit talking and thinking and just go for it. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to change course. I was going to go this way, turn around, and then go that way. But I think I'm just going to try and angle it right through. Although that's where I got caught last time. You can see where my wheel was spinning. So I know that's a problem. That one's steep. Oh well. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do it. I know I can get out of it if I get into it. But worrying about getting into it is worse than just getting into it. Okay. Yep, and we're stuck. But that's okay, because I know I can get out of this one way or the other. Might take some finagling and finesse. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh. You can't tell, but I am balancing on a ridiculous slope. I'm kind of high-sided on the right, which you might be able to tell. I'm balanced with everything I have in my life. So I'm going to very slowly power my way through it. Oh, and there we go. Oh, there. Oh, and there we go. That was close. And I'm stuck again on something. But I'm through the worst of it. I made it. Oh, I lived. There we go. Off the last boulder. Up and around. There's camp. Yay.